how to live and forget a narcissist completely. A narcissist has a grand sense of self-importance. They're self-entitled individuals. They feel and strive to show that they're special, that they're extraordinary, that they're better than others. They're unique and they're perfect. That's what they believe. These individuals, they lack empathy and they crave being the center of attention for anything and everything. They love being praised. They want to be associated with high status things. They want constant praise, lots of compliments to feed their ego. They want to be superior than others. They manipulate other people, to get what they want. They often belittle, demean, intimidate, and upset others. Narcissistic behavior, many times, it comes from excessive pampering during childhood. Sometimes it is through neglect by the parents or caregivers, and even traumatic experiences such as sexual abuse, rape, brings about narcissistic behavior. So to avoid feeling guilty and ashamed for all these things, then these individuals, they resort to this narcissistic behavior as a defense mechanism. So understanding how to live and forget a narcissist completely is a lot easier than actually doing it. Being in a relationship with a narcissist is difficult, very difficult, when you just can't make it work anymore, or when you don't want to keep trying. Then it's time to learn how to live that narcissist. Now, there's this question that you need to ask yourself before you even leave the narcissist. What is it that is keeping you tied to the narcissist? That is the first question. To forget a narcissist, we must ask ourselves, how is it possible to miss someone who has damaged us and devastated our lives so carelessly? It is possible to miss someone who has abused us because love bombing, for information, the first stage of narcissistic abuse cycle is called love bombing. Love bombing is abuse. When your narcissistic partner love bombed you, it was done under false pretense because you didn't know that you are falling in a trap, in a love trap with the narcissist. Now, there are many behaviors that you can call them narcissistic abuse, and this includes belittling and criticizing, withholding money or affection, verbal abuse. It is often disguised as jokes, blaming, ignoring. All these are narcissistic abuse. So, why is it very difficult to leave your narcissist? Why is it very hard to leave that narcissist? Why? There are several reasons why it's very difficult to leave the narcissist. If you've been with that person for a very long time, years, 3, 5, 4, 5, 6, 10 years, and you have children together, it can be extremely difficult to even think about not having that person in your life. Many narcissists do not behave in a bad way all the time. Again, that makes it very difficult to leave them. Sometimes they're so sweet, and then sometimes they are very abusive and annoying. They play hot and cold. These narcissists, they know how to turn on the charm. And there are many times that you've enjoyed life with them. And if you've been with them for a long time, probably you have very good memories together with the narcissist. However, you can find it very disadvantageous in that relationship. You can find the disadvantages being more than the advantages in that narcissistic relationship. And if you find yourself in that point, then you may find that it is in your best interest to end that relationship, to leave that narcissist and forget them completely. So forgetting a relationship with a narcissist means that you must definitely go no contact. Going no contact alone is not enough. You must also stop idealizing that narcissist and that relationship. So leaving a narcissistic relationship is likely to be one of the hardest things that you'll ever do. Because narcissists depend on their supply. They depend on those people that they emotionally, financially, and psychologically drain and abuse. Narcissists are emotional vampires. They drain all your emotions from you, all your energy from you. Because narcissists, they need someone to abuse and manipulate to fulfill their needs and to constantly prove to themselves that they are better people, they are stronger, smarter than everyone else. In a narcissistic relationship, you know what happens. They love bombing, the gaslighting, the manipulation, the constant battles, power games. It leaves you exhausted. So, living this kind of relationship, tough, abusive, narcissistic relationship, is difficult. It's very tough. But it is not impossible. It is very possible. As long as you trust yourself, and as long as you put boundaries, and as long as you keep reminding yourself why you should walk away from that narcissist. So, how do you completely forget the narcissist? Number one, don't give them one more chance. I read somewhere that it takes 7 times for an average person to leave a toxic narcissistic relationship. But how do you know that you'll survive those 7 times? Maybe you'll be dead. Maybe you'll be gone. Maybe your life will have been damaged completely. Clearly, if you leave the narcissist, they'll try to hoover you back. They'll want to seduce you back. They'll make sure they apologize. They'll use all the overing tactics to make sure that you're back. Because everything, according to the narcissist, needs to be on their own terms. They're the ones who decide when to leave the relationship. Now, if the narcissist is not ready for you to leave, they'll probably hoover you back. They'll tell you how sorry they are. But listen, don't risk. Don't give them a second chance. Because they'll hurt you again and again. And this time they'll hurt you much more than the first time. Again, when you decide to leave the narcissist and want to forget them completely, don't tell them that you're leaving. Just go, leave. Then, the most important thing that I've emphasized on in this video already is to go no contact. You must stop interacting with your narcissist in your life before you can even begin to recover. If you are in no contact with your narcissist, you will not recover. You will not. You can't leave the door open to be friends with a narcissist. You can't leave the door open for the narcissist to be in touch with your life. They will hoover you back. So, go no contact. Going no contact is the fight for your right to control your own life and the fight for your own physical space. If you cannot go no contact completely, then go gray rock. All right? Stick to no contact, or include another person whenever you're going to interact with that narcissist. Do not have unnecessary contact with your narcissistic ex. If you have to be in contact with them, try to have a third party involved in the conversations. Even if you are communicating via email, CC a third party. If the narcissist continues to call you, to text you, and to email you, do not respond unless it's something that you legally need to respond to. Limit the number of ways that they can communicate with you. That's another way. So build a support system. If you want to completely forget, to leave the narcissist and forget about them, build a support system. Many times, narcissists love isolating people from their support system, from those who are close to them. So if you don't have close relationships with other people anymore, you can still work on re-establishing these relationships and build a support system that you can surround yourself with. Then lastly, get professional help from a therapist. All right? It can be very helpful to talk with a therapist when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, or when you've been left when you've been left by a narcissist, or when you've left the narcissist. Many people who are in relationship with narcissists find their self-esteem and self-confidence very, very low. So it may be very difficult for these people to trust other people. And you may just be confused and overwhelmed. So there are a lot of emotions that can come from leaving a relationship, even if it ends up being better for you in the long run. So if you want to forget to leave the narcissist and completely forget about them, then go no contact. But first of all, stop idealizing the narcissist, because if you go no contact and you still idealize the narcissist, then it doesn't make any sense. So stop idealizing the narcissist, then go no contact.